from Hustle Got Real. For those of you that don't know Hustle Got Real, we are a dropshipping software that help dropshippers manage their business. We automate inventory, prices, and we have many things we can help you with to help you find good selling products and automate all the processes in your store. So I will leave you a link here so you can learn more about us. But today we are here to interview Kamil Sattar. He is the founder of the ECOM KING channel, and he's going to tell us some tips and some advices on dropshipping businesses nowadays. So let's meet him. Hello, Kamil. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on board today.
It's a pleasure for us to be here and interviewing you. So Kamil, he's the founder of the ECOM KING channel, and he has a YouTube channel where he gives a lot of good content about e-commerce. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you started working on this?
Yeah, so my full name is Kamil Sattar. I'm 20 years old, so I was born on 1999. My e-commerce journey started back in 2015. Once I quit my day job working in retail, and the first online business I started was buying and reselling shoes and high-end clothing brands. So I did that for roughly around about a year. I came across quite a lot of problems with that industry. I made a good amount of money, but I came across a lot of problems. And then I decided to do some research into other ways to make money online, and I came across dropshipping. And when I heard that it was a low barrier to entry business model, you don't need that much money, it caught my attention. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, I bought a few courses, and I would say my first 6 months wasn't very successful, didn't make any money. And then my first product that actually did make money and did well was an iPhone screen privacy protector, and that was the first product that we were able to do $25,000 with, which was a success for me. And then in 2018 to 2019, that was the year that was really good for us. We were able to do our first $1 million in revenue, and then from 2019 to 2020, that's when things went into the multiple seven-figure mark. And then that's when I started teaching people with my e-commerce mentoring company. And then that's when I founded the ECOM KING YouTube channel. And I wanted to share all the knowledge I got through those 4 years of doing this on YouTube. And that's where I'm currently at the moment.
That's great. It sounds very interesting. So what made you drop your retail job and start to develop or do something on your own? What was your goal on doing that?
So I left school with no grades. So I have no grades at school, and I'm not one of these gurus that say that to make it up. I've got proof on my YouTube channel where I share my results. I haven't got any school results. I didn't get any college results either. So I could either work a day job at a retail job and make minimum wage, or I could try and make my own business and make a lot more money. And I always said to myself growing up that I'd always be successful, I'd always make a lot of money. I don't know how, but I'd do it. And then obviously I saw lots of people making money online, and then that grabbed my attention. And I just don't like being told what to do by other people. So to have my own business, it makes more sense for me. And that's what gave me the motivation. Now, in terms of quitting that job, I just had enough of working jobs. I had a lot of problems with my bosses. I didn't like how they worked, so I just called it a day and was able to save up a good amount of money to invest in my first business.
See, that's great, because sometimes it's hard for people to get started with that and make that change. So
yeah, a lot of people struggle to decide to, because obviously quitting your job is a big decision, and I don't recommend everybody to do it. Some people do well when they quit their job and it puts their back against the wall. Some people will struggle, but I know the kind of person I am. Even if I quit my job, I was going to make it work. So, and you got to remember, in business, you can either win or you quit. You can't lose business. You can just win or quit. That's it.
Yeah, that's a great tip. So how do you think the current COVID-19 situation could be affecting e-commerce right now?
Yes, the ways it's affecting me and my students and my subscribers is, number one, the logistics, so the shipping delays, the shipping problems. Some suppliers have to send products back to the warehouse because the countries have denied it coming into the country. That was probably the biggest problem that we're facing, and the way around this is, if you're using AliExpress, which most people are, use AliExpress standard shipping. We're having not many problems with that. And the shipping times are between 15 and 30 days. Now, a lot of people are going to think that's really long, but even Amazon Prime have got really bad delays at the moment. So I went to order something on Amazon Prime the other day, and it said it was going to take 2 to 4 weeks, which is the same as AliExpress standard shipping. So that just shows you that everybody is in a big problem in terms of shipping times. So conversion rates are slightly dropping, ever so slightly, because people want to hold their money because they don't know what's going on. It's an uncertain world at the moment, so people don't want to spend money if they can. So some conversions are dropping. But the way to get around conversion problems is to sell products that people want at the moment, because consumers have changed their buying behavior. People don't want to buy your usual products anymore. People want to start buying things like entertainment products, e-learning products, fitness at-home solutions. So if you can sell the products that the consumers want at the moment, you're not going to see too many problems. But that's pretty much the only problem that I'm personally seeing in the industry.
Okay, so basically maybe it would be a good time to use local suppliers if you're drop shipping to avoid these delays in shipment.
I definitely think, and this is what I'm saying to people, if you can find a supplier in the country that you're selling to. So a very successful dropshipping store that we've done recently, which did $12,000 in 6 days, we were able to get a supplier from Italy, and we were only selling to Italy. So it just shows that it worked really, really well because it's a local supplier. So if you are able to find local suppliers, then I definitely recommend you do so, because it will get rid of that shipping logistic problem.
Yeah. So after all your experience on dropshipping and e-commerce, what would you say is the most common error for all dropshippers?
I think the biggest problem most dropshippers face in terms of errors is they follow the same course, like not as in like a literal course, but people follow the same path, like they follow the same thing that everybody else does. And people need to change how they approach things. Like most people run Facebook ads, yeah, I do YouTube ads and Twitter influencers. Most people do Instagram influencers. So it's not following the majority of people. You should try and do stuff that's different. And the biggest problem that dropshippers have is it's the competition. They always complain, look, it's competitive, everybody's on Facebook, it's expensive. But if you learn other ways of advertising, then you wouldn't have that problem. So I think the biggest problem in dropshipping at the moment is everybody's following the same path, and people need to change.
Okay, I understand. So what ways of advertising or what type of marketing would you suggest people do to improve their sales or promote their products?
In this current situation, in this current period we're in at the moment with the whole quarantine problem, which will probably last till the end of the year, maybe even the start of the year 2021, is try and use things like Twitter and TikTok influencers. Now, I kid you not, that is actually the most that's the most profitable advertising streams at the moment for me and some of my students. And the reason being is because people go on Twitter, people go on TikTok to get entertainment. Not many people go on Facebook to get entertainment. Twitter and TikTok are specially designed for entertainment, ranting, bantering. So if you can advertise on those platforms, and if you can advertise in a way that you come across as having a laugh or having a bit of a joke, then you can make a lot of money. So it's not about doing serious marketing anymore. It's more about coming across as having a bit of laugh when you're doing your marketing with influencers. And that's the reason why we're able to do some great numbers with those two platforms at this current situation.
That's very interesting. This way you can get to your audience more and your clients get to know you better, and therefore they just feel comfortable using your brand, I guess. And then a lot of people ask us, especially when they start dropshipping, it's a very common question. Like, I want to make £3,000 every month. How long will it take me to do so? So how long do you think it takes dropshippers to start earning good money, or an amount of money that they could live with?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and it's a question that should be answered properly. And the answer to this is 1 to 3 years. Now, dropshipping is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, if you're talking about earning a salary or a finance where you can actually fund your lifestyle without a job, definitely 1 to 3 years. There's no question about it. Going part-time at your job, maybe 6 months at the best. But you've got to remember, with dropshipping, it's an actual business model. It's not a joke. It's a real thing. And if you treat this like a hobby, you're going to make hobby money. If you treat it like a business, it will make you business money. Now, like I said, it is a long-term business model. You can't come in here. You might come into the business model, make, let's say, £3,000 or whatever dollars in profit within your first couple of months, but you might not be able to get that consistent money for maybe a year. So a lot of people come into dropshipping, they might make a bit of money quite early on and they think, yeah, that's great, I can quit my job. But till you actually start getting consistency, where every month you know you're going to roughly make at least a certain amount of money, then you should even consider quitting your job. But me personally, and my students and my subscribers, they're normally between 1 and 3 years. They're able to go part-time or full-time with dropshipping.
This is a very interesting answer because, you know, a lot of people just start dropshipping and they think they will be making money very fast with very little effort. And I guess business just doesn't work that way.
No, if it was that, no, this is the thing that I'm going to say to people on this YouTube interview. If it was that easy, then everybody would do it.
Yeah.
And if it was that easy, everybody would be financially free. Everybody would be working at home, making money online. It's not as easy now. People will mislead you to thinking it's easy because they might want to sell you a course. They might want to sell you something, but it's definitely not easy. A lot of people see the success, but they don't see the hard work that went behind it. For example, with myself, I've been doing this now for almost 5 years, and only this last 2 years I've really seen some crazy life-changing results. So for those 2.5, 3 years, it's been a very hard time for me.
Would you say it's worth it though, once you achieve?
100%, honestly, 100%. Honestly, I can't emphasize this enough. When you're going through the process of getting to your success, it can seem like it's not worth it, but when you get here, honestly, the feeling you get every morning when you wake up, when you don't have to listen to somebody saying, look, you need to get into work at this time in the morning, knowing that when this whole situation we're in at the moment, people are losing their jobs, people are trying to live off their savings, I'm still making a consistent 5 figures a month just from e-commerce. So this is why I'm so grateful, and this is why it's so worth it. Like the opportunities you get from being your own boss. Honestly, I can't emphasize how life-changing it can be. Normally for me, I'm a 20-year-old. Most 20-year-olds don't make more than $30,000 a year, if lucky. So for me to be able to do 6 figures a year, multiple 6 figures a year, it's life-changing. And not just that, but to be where I am today with what I had before in terms of like school grades, college grades, I was never meant to get here. So to do what everybody else thought I couldn't do is honestly amazing.
Yeah, so it's possible to break out of this standard routine and really get yourself a job that you really like, and you have freedom and time for yourself. I guess this is why we're all here today and what we would like to help people achieve. So it's very interesting. I would like to ask you one last question. A lot of people just wonder and ask us, is it important to pay for courses? Because you should be aware that there are a lot of courses nowadays that are very, very expensive and they have little content. So do you think it's possible to find free content to just start to learn about this? Or how would you say you could identify those courses that would really help you in your dropshipping business?
Yeah, so what I'm going to say about this topic is it's a very controversial topic, and I'm going to answer it the best I can. Now, this isn't me being biased or whatnot, but if you sit, and I'm not trying to self-promote myself, but I'm releasing a free course this weekend, which will be 5 hours long on YouTube. So I don't think anybody else in the industry of e-commerce has ever released a 5-hour long YouTube video, which takes you from the start to the finishing line. So that'll be on YouTube this weekend, completely free. You don't even have to pay for it, sign up to anything. You can just go and watch a free dropshipping course. Now, excluding that, in terms of buying a course, I personally wouldn't recommend it. You can find free content online that can help you generate $10,000 in revenue every month. I know that for a fact because I did that myself. And in that $10,000, dropshipping profit margins range from 15 and 35%. So you can start making, on net profit terms, at least $2,000 a month just off free content, and that's in net profit, what you can pay yourself to live on. Now, once you make that kind of money, then I'd recommend reinvesting it into a mentoring or a mentor. Now, the reason why is because mentorship is a lot better than courses. That's the reason why I'm so successful today, is because I took mentorship. Now, mentorship is specially designed for you as a person. You got to remember, with courses, it's generic information that you have to try and mold around yourself. Now, with a mentor, they know who you are, they know your business, they know how they can benefit it the most. So if you can, yes, mentors are more expensive than courses, But if you can make that $10,000 in revenue a month, then reinvest it back into a good mentor, then investing it into a quite a bad course. Now, 99% of the courses online are not very good. You can find that content online for free if you look good enough. Now, in terms of if there are good courses, because there are some good courses, if you do want a paid course, then make sure the course you're looking for, you do some due diligence on it. Now, when I say due diligence, I don't mean due diligence on the course, I mean due diligence on the person who made the course. So you might want to do a Google check on them, you might want to do a credit check on them. Now, this is some crazy due diligence that I'm saying now, but you should do it. You want to look at their LinkedIn, you want to look at their connections, you want to look to see if they've got any endorsements, and that's the key now. Not just that, but you also want to see if the course has like a 7-day period where you can try it for 7 days, and as long as you don't go over 20% of the course, you can get a refund. Those courses are good because at least you get 20% of their course and you can see if it's worth carrying on with it. So that's pretty much what I think about the courses scenario.
Okay, that is very interesting. So thank you very much for your time and all your tips. I'm sure that everyone that sees this video can learn something from it. So thank you, Kamil, for your time, and it has been very nice to talk to you.
No worries, it's a pleasure having me on board, and like I said, I wish everybody success in 2020 and 2021.